Elaine's going to be addressing us tonight, which is great. Should be an interesting discussion this evening about Elaine's work and 12 Habits, but also how she's worked that into working with youth, which is really impactful. So, Elaine, please take it away, young lady.
Well, thank you, Rudy. And good evening, everyone. It's just really cool. I'm so delighted to be doing this. It's a honor and good timing to follow Patrick Hiller's great talk last week. And I'm dedicating this talk to Barbara Ledger, who chose peace education from Patrick's lists of actions. But she added that peace education for youth matters most to her. So, Barbara, this is for you.
Yeah, and she's on right now, so.
Hey, Barbara. Also, I apologize up front for reading. I have much to share, and I want to be respectful by not wandering from my remarks, so please excuse that. So let's start with our Rotary motto, service above self. Nearly all of our great Rotarian work over 120 years is about service, most notably our major role in the near eradication of polio from the entire globe. Now Rotarians are turning our attention more to world peace. To do our Rotarian magic on world peace, I'm making a suggestion that we switch our motto from service above self to self above service. Now, you're thinking, why would she propose such an audacious idea? It's because peace is a noun, and you just can't do peace as though it were a service. But we can be peace with our actions like helping others, resolving conflicts, and becoming involved, all things that Rotarians do. We be peace. My point is that as Rotarians, peace is who we are more than what we do. Rotarians are the four-way test. As I'll demonstrate, we Rotarians are also the values of the 12 Habits for all of us.
Wow.
What changes peace from a noun to a verb are the values in action that shape who we all are, and then we share it. Imagine if the planetary power leaders who are now creating hate and war and division were all Rotarians who lived by the values of the four-way test and
Really?
loved and one another. What a different world it would be, a world of much more peace. So a little story about Elaine Parke as more than just someone with a master's in marketing, a mediation certification from the Quakers, a mediator, and with my own self-invented degree of CS, which you see on the screen if you click on me, which stands for a person of common sense. I spent on my resumes most of my life. Nobody even asks. Before all that, I began life as a deeply wounded child with an ACE score of 6. I was saved at age 11 when a neighbor took me to become a Red Cross volunteer. There, I first felt that I had value and worth. People said kind things to me that I had never, ever heard in my own home. By age 19, volunteering through Northwestern University, I mentored Cobras, Vice Lords, and racketeer gang kids in North Side Chicago. The story was reported in a 1962 Time magazine. For 72 years then, volunteering and uniting people in peace so fewer children would carry the scars that I do has been the central core of my life. During the late 70s, my 2 sons and I were members of the cast of a peace play called Alice in Blunderland. Giving more than 250 performances, we appeared with Dr. Helen Caldicott at the 1980 Zero Freeze Peace Conference in DC, and also performed in the Capitol building in the Cannon Caucus Room to standing ovations. The vast gap between the need for peace and the number of people actually doing peace stuck with me. By then, A corporate marketing executive, my marketing mind knew there was a way to expand the practice of peace actions, but then I just didn't know how. Then in October of 1987, still working in marketing in Akron, Ohio, while volunteering with kids, I had a powerful vision. I saw that each of the 12 months of the year could become a brand name for one of 12 actions of forming peaceful values. What's exciting is it takes 1 month to form a habit. Practicing one habit a month, year-round, indefinitely, would create a scalable global peace system where everyone receives the same peace message at the same time and peace consciousness expands. All too rarely, we have used public service campaigns to improve lives, like motivating us to wear seatbelts or not to drink and drive. To achieve world peace, the 12 Habits of All of Us is a similar public service model that uses media messages to motivate actions of peace values among broad populations, or you and me. The 12 Habits of Peace is based on two very wise quotes. One from Aristotle, who said, "We are what we repeatedly do." Excellence, then, is not a single act, but a habit. And Martin Luther King, who said, "The people who want peace must become as organized as those who want war." Then in the year 2000 enters the Pittsburgh City Rotary Club, 5205. After several pilot projects with university-proven peace outcomes among youth, the 12 habits were discovered by the Pittsburgh Rotary Club. Soon it became their official youth service project, and from 2000 through 2008, until the bank crash ripped funding from everything that wasn't essential. Just before that, however, the club sponsored the 12 Habits at the International Rotary Conference in Chicago, where members of 4 Rotary clubs in Rwanda were looking for a project to teach peace to all Rwandan youth. Soon after, sponsored by Rotary, I traveled there for 3 weeks and taught the 12 Habits peace model to headmasters from all over the country. The rest of the story is in the following 3-part video. Part 1 is the Pittsburgh schools. Part 2 is the Rwandan story. And Part 3 are actual 12 Habits of Peace, CBS-produced public service announcements, aired daily for nearly 3 years in the Pittsburgh region. Then they were called the 12 Caring Habits. So I tell people you can call it Fred. Just do your best in September. Just do the months. Whatever you call it, I don't care. Now I'd like to share this real video of footage of 12 Habits of Peace in action in schools and in communities with you. The following is a legacy video summary of 2000 to 2008 12 Habits activity in Pittsburgh schools, supported by the Pittsburgh Rotary Club as a youth service club project. Rotarian teams visited the schools once each month and fanned out into the classrooms, explaining to the students why acting on the 12 habits resulted in a more peaceful, happier, and more successful life.
Why Be Appreciative is such a good caring habit for the month of May.
Today is February 28th, and it's the last day for our theme for February, You Count.
Today we're going to move into March's theme, which is Resolve Conflicts.
Making kids aware of some of these basic themes and thoughts. And I think that by constant repetition, and by having constant reminders and the children also participating in classroom activities, we have seen more of a sense of caring, a sense of belonging. I notice that children tend to appreciate each other a little bit more.
And these kids have needs that are not being fulfilled, and they come to school angry, they come hurt, and they get the potential for bad things happening are great if these negative individuals bond with each other. They could destroy your school. So you need to put something in place. In this Caring Habit program that each month the kids learn a theme like do your best or you count or resolve conflict. If it's delivered in the proper way, it can perform an invaluable service not only to the children but also to America and ultimately to the world. So the potential for this program is great.
This is a strategy based on textbook marketing principles, turning the munches into brand names, call to action language, multimedia elements that are all coordinated. When advertisers want kids to buy certain kinds of clothes and certain kinds of food, they ask them to go buy them. So our Caring Habit program says, lend a hand, be appreciative, do your best, resolve conflicts. It asks the young people thematically throughout the school to rise to the level of those behaviors and to make it cool because everybody's doing it.
Outstanding pilot program results in just 18 months have earned the Caring Habits 5 state and national awards. It serves nearly 7,000 students in 24 elementary and middle schools and in after-school programs. And the pilot program's measured results are impressive. Honor roll increase of 18% from prior year. Doubled homework completion rate. 25% reduction in detentions and expulsions. 85% student survey reports of more caring, respectful behaviors. Standardized test score performance up 1 grade level or more. Attracted the promotional support of 32 community businesses and organizations. The Caring Habit of the Month adventure has proven successful because it instills positive behaviors through proven media reinforcement materials and curriculum. The first day of each month, students receive their own Caring Habit homework planner, bookmark, pencil, and a take-home dinner table tent and mirror cling to involve their families. Teachers receive a 100-page monthly book of habit-building activities and ideas, with vocabulary words, quotes, poems, a list of reading books, health tips, and curriculum-related handouts. A Caring Habit student team gets involved to create and hang posters throughout the school. They plan morning announcements and school-wide events to reinforce positive behavior. Changing negative behaviors through a simple 1 habit a month outreach promotes a year-round campaign of positive attitudes with fewer demands on teacher time. It is also an excellent program for attracting corporate donor sponsors because it instills citizenship and workplace social skills.
That's the primary focus of Rotary, is service above self, and our particular club is focused on youth primarily. In fact, I have a vision that Rotary one day all through this country will be supporting this program, and it will be national.
These are workforce social skills. 48% of the people 2 years ago in American business reported that they've done something illegal or some form of lack of ethics, so that these young people are moving into the workforce. If Caring Habits can teach them to be conscientious, responsible, reliable young people who care about their work, their fellow workers, their families, that is going to be a huge benefit to the future.
This is a legacy video of the Rotary International Peace Project, discovered at the 2006 Chicago Convention and invited to Rwanda by 4 Rwandan Rotary clubs who were there to find a project to teach peace to Rwandan children. In 2007, Elaine Parke, me, traveled to Rwanda for 3 weeks and under the Ministry of Education taught all Rwandan headmasters how to customize the habits for their culture and to adopt it into their schools.
Caring Habits Rwanda is a protocol, a recipe for behavior change. 12 habits. They're easy to remember and simple to understand, even easier to put into practice. Each of these behaviors is associated with a color. The monthly protocol repeats each year. The program is designed for primary schools, but the protocol can be adopted by anyone. To find people living out the caring habits, we traveled through Rwanda. Along our journey, we made many observations about the strengths and weaknesses of primary education. After making our reconnaissance, we developed a case study, and we present you tonight the Gikondo School as a typical example of primary education and an example of how media can be used for good. Many of the needs of Rwandan schools are material: lack of books, lack of shoes, lack of paper. In the USA, where the Caring Habits Protocol was developed, the program is heavily dependent on print media, books, catalogs, and resource kits. But that won't work here in Rwanda. Instead, what we propose is a protocol that can be replicated easily with materials that are locally available. The program can be simply adopted with a bucket of red, blue, and yellow paint, a set of wood or plastic Caring Habits stencils, and a core team who arrives at the school with a training video in hand. With the support of the Ministry of Education and local government, the Caring Habits can be developed from the grassroots, with one school training another. And with the support of Rotary and NURC, the society can reinforce behaviors children learn at school.
The following are legacy videos of the KDKA TV CBS public service announcements that reached several million people in the Pittsburgh region daily between 1999 and 2002. This vast exposure expanded the growth of the 12 Habits model from just 6 schools and communities to more than 200 in less than 3 years. Public service media can be used to support good, the values of peace everywhere.
Lend a hand, a for kids' sake caring habit for all of us in January.
You know the saying, many hands make light work. Well, it's true when we work together to lend a hand.
Teaching kids to lend a hand gives them the chance to discover how good it feels to help. Lending a hand means thinking about someone else, and that's a caring habit for all of us.
Giant Eagle encourages all of us to lend a hand for our kids' sake. Resolve conflicts, a for kids' sake caring habit for all of us in March.
Is your child mad at a friend? Are you and your kids not seeing eye to eye? It's March. Time to work things out and resolve conflicts.
Encourage your kids to make up with their friends. Listen and talk with your kids when setting rules and consequences. Help kids resolve conflicts. It's a caring habit for all of us.
Giant Eagle encourages all of us to resolve conflicts for our kids' sake. Take care of our environment, a for kids' sake caring habit for all of us in April.
Take care of our environment. Don't be a litter bug.
Throw garbage in trash cans, not on the ground. Use a trash bag in the car. Don't throw your trash out the window. Encourage a group your child belongs to adopt a highway. They'll see the damage litter does and help take care of our environment.
Long John Silver's encourages all of us to take care of our environment for kids' sake. Do your best, a for kids' sake caring habit for all of us in September.
Now do your best. That means working hard and caring about what you do. When you do your best, you feel good about yourself. When you do your best, you show you have respect for yourself. When you do your best, you can be proud of your effort. Do your best every day, starting today.
The Pittsburgh Steelers encourage all of us to do your best for our kids' sake. Show a positive attitude, a for kids' sake caring habit in November.
Our family has some sayings that remind us to show a positive attitude.
When you wake up, begin each day with a smile. Treat people the way you want to be treated.
Everyday pleasures make lifetime treasures.
God gives us talent. What we do with that talent is our gift back to Him.
The Simon Property Group encourages all of us to show a positive attitude for kids' sake. Celebrate community, family, and friends. A For Kids Sake caring habit in December.
Now that Joe and I have Michael, it's fun introducing him to our holiday traditions. We want him to know what it means to share. We want him to understand the true meaning of this season. We want him to have fun just getting together with everyone.
Happy holidays! Long John Silver's encourages all of us to celebrate community, family, and friends for kids' sake.
So there you have it. Actual footage of the caring habits happening. This is my book, my most recent book. It's not a book about habits. It's a habit-forming book. So it's provided even on the personal level. There's like a half a page every day. I call them motivationals. So you can take less than a minute a day, and each month there's a motivational for every day, but each of the motivationals is just a little different insight into the way, into whatever that month's habit is. So by the end of the month, you've made a personal habit, or you've helped improve that quality in your life as a habit. It's available on Amazon and so forth, but for all of our members, if I got your emails, I'd be happy to send you free of charge a PDF of the whole book, because it can, let there be peace on earth and let it begin with me. I think that's ultimately the closing statement. I have a short video with children, which is actual drawings and artwork by month that's been done by children, which is just totally adorable. See the work of children who have gotten into this. It's just, you're just going to love it. You're just going to be giggling by the time it's all through. Thank you so much. I'm just so honored to have had a chance to share this with you tonight. My work is a framework. Everybody's work for peace can all fit. It just, as Martin Luther King says, we need to get organized. So I'm like just an architect. It's like just a framework within which, all the people working on anti-bullying and
Right.
everything can fit. It doesn't preclude anyone else's work. Thank you, everybody.